Hi and welcome. So I recently unearthed my own personal ZX81 from some 40 years ago or so. But as you would probably gather by my thumbnail, things hasn't gone quite as smoothly as what it should do when I've connected up to display. And I'll show you what I mean. So connecting up to a new LCD screen, well I say new, old new to me, I get this. And as you can see, everything is very black. But there's just a hint of a cursor down there. So if I type, it's definitely doing something. If I do print hello, you can just about make out that something's there. Hit return. And there it is. Let's run that. So everything seems to be working apart from the display. So I Googled this, and it would seem to be the RF modulator. And the RF modulator, apparently on the ZX81, is rather cheap and cheerful. And there seems to be some sort of issue with the timing signal used on LCD displays. So I'll show you what I've got, and I'll fit it, and fingers crossed it'll work. Let me show you what I've got. So this is what I've got. I got it off eBay. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description. If I can get in. No, it is. Well, I thought it should have a knife. Right. So a tiny little PCB. Apparently, this will resolve that picture issue. So let's get the ZX81, get it apart, and let's see if we can work out how to fit it. Right, let's see if we can get this opened up. Never opened one of these before, so I'm guessing these are going to be the screws, and I'm guessing there's going to be some underneath some of these. Yeah. Checking the same length, which they are. Just mute my computer. Oh, I've got another one under there. No. What about there? Right, it's hot glue these on afterwards. Yeah, another one in the corner. Right, so that one's different. So the bottom one's different. I'm guessing there must be one here as well. Yeah, there is. Right. And that's the same as the other one at the bottom. Right, Bill. 3 big ones at the top, 2 small ones at the bottom. Right. See how this comes apart. Well, that wasn't too hard. Right. How does this come away? Right, I'm guessing it's just these two screws. Keyboard. Ribbon cable, I would imagine, will be very fragile. Right, that seems to be it. I don't want to pull too hard. Right, I think it's meant to do that. Right, well, that's not snapped, so that's good. Let's get that out of the way for now. Right, there we are, one ZX81. Right, so I've got my soldering iron warming up. I don't know if you can see there, but it's labelled up a 5 volt in, out and ground. Now, looking at the instructions, first step is take the lid off the RF module, which is that. So that should, in theory, there we go. So that's the lid off. So to remove lid, desolder or cut the resistor connected to the RF output pin. So apologies if my head gets in the shot. But there's the RF output pin. That must be a resistor there. Indeed, it is the resistor there. So let's see if we can desolder that. So you can cut it. I think we'll desolder it. Right, so that's that out of the way. That's desoldered. Let's move that right up. Right. So that's that clear. Right. So it says next, cut the 5 volt wire from the motherboard to the RF module. So let's double check that 5 volt line. So I suggest you be very careful with this. It's the bottom one is the power supply, DC and jack. You don't want to get that wrong and stick it in the wrong one. It's the bottom one. So let's just check we've got 5 volts on there. Yeah, 5 volts. So that is the 5 volt. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that is what I think it is. So let's move that out of the way. Let's take the power out a bit again. Right. Ah, I forgot my cutters. Right, just double checking the instructions again. Double checking the instructions. Cut the 5 volt wire from the motherboard to the RF. Right, okay. What's the worst that can happen? Excuse my head if it disappears into shot. Get rid of the multimeter. Right. So that's a 5-volt cut. Right. Okay. What next? Cut the input wire from a motherboard to the RF module. So the input wire is that one there. And it says cut that one. Right, so let's cut that one. Is that cut? Yeah, that's cut. So that one's cut. Right. Still with me. Good. Right. Solder cable from ground pin on the PCB to the ground track on the ZX81. Right, what we're using as ground. Actually, while I've been thinking about it, the underside of the PCB does look a bit worse, so corrosion-wise. So I think first things first, I'll give it a bit of a clean, see if we can get it clean before we start doing the other side. Right, so that's looking a bit cleaner. I think those are good enough. Let me give them another once over in a bit. I think we're pretty good there. Right, I'm just looking at this. I'm thinking, I appreciate I have to reinstall it, but why not take this off? Take all the stuff out from inside and then mount this inside then. It's been nice and neat. What do you think? Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see if we can get it off. Right. See if we can get this off. Right, one insulation board. Right. So, rather than put you through the torture of trying to do that, I have managed to get it out in the end, which involved a little bit of brute force and ignorance, which unfortunately lost the corner of it. I think it might have worked out better if I'd had a hot air gun, but I don't own one of those. It's on my wish list of things I would like to have. So I've just put it in there. I've put the base back on, as you can see. I've put the insulator back in. I'll just test fitting the new PCB in, which does fit nicely, and perhaps hot glue that into place once we're good to go. But in the meantime, I think what I need to do is have a bit of a clean up on here. It's still a bit messy where I left off, so I'm just going to put my soldering iron back on, just see if I can open these holes back up, ready for refitting. Right, so anyway, my camera's not recording yet again, which is really annoying, so apologies for that. So I've got all four wires on. I should have taken that down to the PCB really. But what I'm going to do is, just to stop this moving around, I'm going to hot glue it. So hopefully the hot glue gun will be warming up. Is it? Yeah, it's warming up. Just put some hot glue in there and right. And I'm only gluing it to the card underneath. The card's wedged in nice and tight, so I'm happy with that. Right, that's in. All the wires are still attached. Get rid of the hot glue gun. Right, let's put the lid back on. Lid's back on. Let's get that out of the way. Right. Let's see if we can connect this ribbon cable back on without breaking it, which should be a real shame after all this. Well, let's make sure I understand which way it's going on. Like so. That way, ribbon cable round. Shut up, Mario. Look at that. Right, just had a look at that close up, and the ribbon cable looks good. So, next question. Can we get this mounted in here? And hot glue in the way. Let's just check those wires that are put in. Make sure we're not trapping them. No, I think we're good. Right. That's literally it. So we said motherboard screws. Bear with. I'm forgetting which ones they are now. Right, so that goes on there. There's another one there. So this is one. Can find the hole. The other one, which I think is that one there. Oops. Right. There we are. So case back on. Right. Little ones at the bottom, shiny ones. Right. Bits of hot glue. What's up with this stuff? I don't think it's meant to be sticky. Bit of work after all this, huh? Right, 16K RAM pack in. Stick some power in. Result. Well, that was very worthwhile. What I'm going to do That's the strange interference loading pattern with the ZX81. What I'm going to do in an upcoming video is I'm going to find a working tape player or fix one of the tape players that I've got if I can, and I'm going to load some games for you. So watch out for that video. Do subscribe if you enjoyed this and want to see more of the ZX81. Plenty more to come. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.